All red notices and all criminals that are also linked to terrorist organizations, all of them will be monitored here if they are to come into Bali. So when you think there are no police here, you might be wrong.
Bali, braek.
Hello, good morning. My name is Degi Rajwandi. I'm a police inspector here in the Bali police station, and today we will take you around, show you how it works here, show you all of the facilities, and show you why you can trust the police when you come visit Bali.
Mengusung tema Recover Together, Recover Stronger, Indonesia mengajak seluruh dunia untuk bahu-membahu pulih bersama pasca pandemi COVID-19 serta tumbuh lebih kuat dan berkelanjutan. Kegiatan KTT G20 yang dibuka langsung oleh Presiden Republik Indonesia Joko Widodo ini sukses dalam pelaksanaannya. Pelaksanaan KTT G20 ini tentunya tidak lepas dari peran Polri yang bersinergi dengan TNI dan pemerintah daerah serta instansi lainnya dalam melakukan pengamanan secara terintegritas sehingga dapat berjalan dengan baik. Kesuksesan penyelenggaraan event ini mendapat apresiasi baik dari para kepala negara maupun dari Presiden Republik Indonesia Joko Widodo. Selain mengamankan presidensi KTT G20, Polda Bali juga berhasil melaksanakan beberapa event internasional lainnya seperti the 7th Global Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction, Interparliamentary Union, COP4 Minamata Convention, Grand Fondo New York Championship, Maybank Marathon Bali 2022, dan IESF 14 World Esport Championship 2022.
As you can see, the building at front is the main office of the Bali station. It is the office of the head of the Bali police station, as you can see right there. And this one is the Directorate for the Crime Investigation. And on the left side is the Telecommunications Bureau, and if you can see right here, this is the Bali Police Station's Human Resources.
So this is, what is this place?
So this is the Directorate of the Narcotics in the Bali Police Stations. This is the place where we handle drugs, crimes, and other narcotics abuses. We handle it right here. And on the right side is where we do the plannings. So all of the plans for the Bali station all year round is conducted here. So as you can see, there are some police officers here also as well doing their job. So welcome to the Bali Police Station's Bureau of Operationals, and this is my office. So every day I come here at 7 a.m. in the morning and come back, well, when the work is done, of course. We'll take you around inside of the police station, where we also have the Bali Police Station's Command Center, one of our proud achievements that we have made here. You'll see for yourself what the Bali Police is capable of. Let's come in. So now we are at the Bali Police Command Center, and I'll show you around the features that we have here. As you can see, there's a big door where you can't just come in. You see, you have to scan your fingerprint here. See, now it opens. Let's come in. Welcome to the Bali Police Command Center. This is where we do all of our monitoring, all of our controlling of all of the security plans that we conduct here in Bali. Now, as you can see, there are two offices. Here we monitor the CCTVs that are all around Bali. We also have applications that monitors the weather, the wind, the wave also as well. We also have applications and systems to monitor all of the planes coming in and out of Bali. Also goes for the ships that are coming into Bali. As you can see, those are some of the CCTVs that we have. We have more than 2,000 CCTV cameras integrated here to the command center. And as for the port, the airport, and the bus stations, we have face recognition capabilities for our cameras, so we can monitor everybody that comes in. As you can see also as well, to the left side, let's come in also. It's more of the computers to monitor all of the CCTVs. We have all of our staff here working 24/7 to ensure that Bali is safe. If there's any emergency situations that are picked up by the camera, they will immediately notice all of the Bali police that are near or the vicinity of the area. So that is why we can say that Bali is safe. We are working hard 24/7 to secure your trip here in Bali. Yeah, we monitor all of the security of all of the places where people come in. All red notices and all criminals that are also linked to terrorist organizations, all of them will be monitored here if they are to come into Bali.
Mr. Degi, so if we're talking about crime, if we're talking about foreigners, there are lots of tourists at Bali.
Yes.
So how many crimes do foreigners, tourists?
So when it comes to the crimes committed by the tourists coming here into Indonesia, most of them are not conventional crimes such as stealing, theft, or mugging. The crimes that most tourists commit here are related to the traffic laws, and of course, that is when they ride bikes, motorcycles, or scooters without using helmets. Of course, that is against the Indonesian law. Of course, you have to know that riding a motorcycle without a helmet is dangerous, so it's for your own safety also as well. So that's one of the crimes that most tourists committed here in Bali. So wear your helmets. And the other ones that also happens are when the tourists are partying, when they get drunk. Of course, we all know how people are when we're drunk. We lose control and do some stuff that we perhaps will regret later on. Those are some of the problems as well that are happening here in Bali. So don't drink too much. You can drink, but don't too much. Stay sober.
I'm curious about fighting about that such criminals. So how often maybe local guys, Balinese, Indonesian fighting and go to police, and how often tourists fighting and go to police?
So, of course, there are some instances where tourists have some troubles with the locals, perhaps they fight, have some troubles and that. But in Polri, in the Indonesian police, we have something that we call restorative justice. It's where we resolve the problems by having a discussion and not reporting it to the police station, and will not go to court. It's just going to be peace talk between the people who have the trouble, perhaps the tourists and the locals. We tend to do that more because that's how we like to solve problems.
But they say that if I fight with someone, if I beat someone, I go to prison.
Of course, if you beat someone, that will be charged as an assault. But if it's just a small problem, perhaps you hit their motorcycle or their car, we can do restorative justice. But when the people who are hit first, of course, we will do the investigation, see who did it first, who was the wrong in the case. If it's needed, we will, of course, make it go to court.
Okay.
But as if both parties wants to resolve it through peace talk, we can do that.
So the most popular crimes from foreigners is riding scooter without helmet.
And getting drunk, too drunk.
Okay. What about police on the streets? I saw just police who work in traffic.
Yes.
But I didn't saw policemen who just watching securities. So you haven't got that kind of police who working on streets.
We do have that. We have police who monitors the traffic. We also have police that are stationed on tourist hotspots to secure the area. We also have that. Usually the uniforms are a little different. Of course, we also have undercover police that are not using police uniforms who are also there. So when we're at the narcotics back then, we saw some police officers not wearing uniforms, right? So we have that also on the street. So when you think there are no police here, you might be wrong.
So they work...
undercover polices, we have that.
Undercover police work in touristic place?
Yes.
Okay, I will know about it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask about Russians because I'm from Russia.
Yes.
Have you got maybe statistics? What crimes do Russians here? What they make mistakes in law?
So if you are to have the statistics, of course, I am in the operationals. I am not, I don't have the rights to give the statistic to that. Of course, that is classified. And I would like to inform you that the crimes that are committed, some of them, yes, they sometimes go to court, sometimes go to prison. We can go to the crimes investigation unit to have further data there. But what I would like to say to you is the many crimes that are committed usually are just not abiding the traffic laws and not respecting the tourists or the temples that we have here, and also getting too drunk and perhaps disturbing some of the locals. That's pretty much what the tourists, perhaps the Russian tourists, breaks the law that they break here in Bali.
How do you think why a tourist comes and start to break laws because they're not breaking laws in their countries?
Of course, when we come to Bali, tourists, foreigners, they all think, I want to have vacation. No, this place is so beautiful. It's free. I want to express myself, and among many other things. That is all good, but of course, there is a saying. Many people heard this. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. So we also have that saying in Indonesia. Di mana bumi dipijak, di situ langit dijunjung. So when you're in Bali, we don't want you to say hello, hello, hello. No, we just want you to respect the culture that people have here, where you can wear, polite clothing when you visit the temples and visit other people's home. You can go wear bikinis on the beach. We're fine. That's the place where you wear bikinis. But when you go to the temple, please wear normal and polite clothing.
I want to ask
we respect each other.
Thank you very much. I want to ask about respect each other also. This is the important question about me, about silence. Is there a punishment about silence if, for example, a loud party at the night?
I see what you meant. So in Indonesia, we have also laws here. So it's in KUHP Chapter 503, number 1, where it stated you cannot make loud noises after it's late at night where people are resting. Of course, that is a law which when you break, you can have trouble with the police. But here in Bali, of course, like I said, we would like to resolve the problems as through like a family. We say, hey, please don't make loud noises. People here are trying to rest. I see perhaps you have that encounter yourself. We don't like to take it to the police and make a case out of it. We just like to have an understanding between all of us here, because that's how Indonesian people are, and especially people here in Bali. We just want peace.
But what about that tired people who live in front of villa, which is rent for a day or a week, and every time new neighbors partying, and this guy very tired to go every night and ask new neighbors to not party. Can he call to police?
Of course, when this problem cannot be resolved through peace talks, and perhaps you with the locals cannot have any resolve to the problem, they can call the police, because there is the law, like I said, KUHP Chapter 503, number 1, where it is stated you cannot make loud noises that disturb people when they are resting. They can call the police, but why would you want to have the problem go to the police when you can just solve it when you talk to the neighbors?
They say that before to call to police, foreigners and locals, people need to contact to Banjar.
Ah, Banjar, I see. So yeah, here in Bali, it's little unique. Also as well in Bali, we have Banjars. You're gonna make me test my Balinese knowledge here. So Banjar, we have two. We call it Banjar Adat, the traditional one, and Banjar Dinas. So each of these have their own task. So the traditional one is to make sure that the Bali tradition, all of the ceremonies, all of the praying are conducted here by the people. And as for the Dinas one, is where all of the government, such as IDing the people of Bali, takes place. You can contact them first, and of course when you have problem, they will come and try to resolve it. They do the peace talk. But if the peace talk cannot be done through the pecalang perhaps, or the security of the local Bali people, of course they will call the police. And even when the police are called, we will try to resolve it through peace talks, like a family.
But what if tourists or me, for example, need to call police immediately? Can I call police and ask to come because of something?
Yeah, you can call the police right away. We have a hotline number. It's 110. That's our hotline number. You can call that, and there are police who are stationed 24/7 to receive the call, and will help you in what you need. Perhaps you have an emergency. You can call the police on that.
What would you recommend to visiting foreigners in Bali?
What I recommend is come here, take your family with you. Just please respect the local traditions, the local laws. When you're in the beaches, when it's open area for public, yes, you can have fun. But when it's perhaps nighttime or near the temples of the Balinese people, please respect it. That's all we like here in Indonesia. We respect each other, and of course, like a big family.
Thank you for this conversation.
Yes,
Mr.
thank you very much.
So, lots of respect in you, like what you want to say to tourists is to be respect.
Yeah, to be respectful.
No one understands this because sometimes I'm shy about Russians and some white guys because they do such unrespectable things. For example, I was in airport and I was meeting mom of my wife.
Oh yeah?
And I was standing.
Your mother-in-law?
Yeah, I was standing right straight to the exit. I can't stand there, for example, and the police guy comes to me and say, "Can you please go there?" And I tell him, "Mister, I'm so sorry. My mother-in-law, she doesn't speak English. She's scared a little bit. Can I stay here?" And he said, "Okay, you can stay here." So he was very polite. Yeah, he understand. And after that comes three Russian guys. They were drunk. They got bagged with beer. They start drinking. They stand next to me. I smell that
alcohol.
He comes again and say, "Please go there." And one Russian guy start to speak with him very loud, but in Russian. Yeah, of course the policeman don't understand Russian, but I think he understands the emotional.
Yeah, you can stand the tone. The tone, you can understand it.
Yeah, and he was polite. He said, "Please go," and they go. And he asked me, "Please go." I said, "Okay, no problem." And when we were walking with him, I say, "I'm really sorry about these guys, the Russians. They're maybe young, not respectable. Not all Russians are like that." And he said, "Okay, stay here."
So yeah, like we said, what we like to do is have a respect towards each other, be respectful to other people, because we're all just humans. We want to live in peace. We don't want to be disturbed. And if there are some people that let's say, are not nice, we tend to just say, "Okay, thank you," and move on. Treat them with kindness. You know, when some people do bad stuff to you, don't always pay back to them by doing other bad things. just be nice to them, be polite. That's the Indonesian way, that's the Bali way. Hello, so I would like to introduce you to my commander, my senior, my commander, and also my mentor, the one who teaches me everything here in the Bali Operationals Bureau, and he would like to tell you how we plan to secure the New Year celebration here in Bali. Here we go.
Sebagai catatan bahwa di bulan Desember ini rata-rata kedatangan turis dari luar negeri ini di atas 15.000 per hari ya dari luar negeri, dan di atas 20.000 per hari untuk turis lokal.
So each day, more than 50,000 tourists come here to Bali on one day. And as for the local tourists, people coming from all around Indonesia, is more than 20,000. That's how many tourists that we are handling each day in Bali.
Jadi dari data tersebut kita memberikan pengamanan yang ekstra khusus untuk pengamanan dan kenyamanan turis yang datang ke Bali.
And with that big number, we will provide the best security that is special and of course planned to the smallest detail to ensure the security and the comfort of the travelers here in Bali.
Ya, di pintu-pintu masuk Bali ya, seperti di pelabuhan, ya di terminal, bahkan di bandara, ini kita memang menempatkan personil khusus, termasuk juga kita tempatkan kamera-kamera dengan face recognition untuk mendeteksi DPO ya, apa istilah DPO itu nanti personil-personil yang membahayakan, khususnya ya personil DPO teroris ya, sehingga yang masuk ini semua bisa terdatakan. Ya, ini kita menggunakan kamera-kamera dengan face recognition tersebut yang sudah bisa kita pantau untuk seluruh Bali ini, lebih dari 2.000 kamera yang terkoneksi langsung dengan Command Center Polda Bali.
So for the security of the airports, the bus terminals, and also the ports, we deploy special personnel there that can handle people such as that are terrorists. We also have cameras there that monitor the place 24/7. Of course, these cameras have face recognition technology embedded to the cameras itself, so it can recognize all of the people that come in to Bali, and we can make sure that there are no criminals coming here, there are no international criminals or red notices of the international police, and we can assure you that it's all safe. That's how we do it here in Bali.
Ya, pada intinya kami dari Polda Bali, Kepolisian Polda Bali siap mengamankan seluruh wisatawan yang datang ke Bali. Mari datang ke Bali, Bali aman, Bali nyaman, dan Bali menyenangkan.
We would like to say that we are working as hard as possible to secure Bali, to prepare the celebration of the New Year, and we would like to say that let's come to Bali. Bali is safe, Bali is calm, and of course, Bali is fun. So come here. We'll be expecting you.